जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री निताई गौर हरि बोल। जय श्री कृष्ण। अभी हमने जो श्री कृष्णाष्टकम सुना, यदा तदा यथा तथा तथैव कृष्ण सत्कथा, वेदांत के प्रकांड पंडित आदि शंकराचार्य 32 वर्ष की उम्र में अद्वैत वेदांत का घोष सारे विश्व में लगाने वाले जीवन के आखिरी 2 वर्ष कृष्ण कथा में लग गए। निराकार ब्रह्म की साधना करने वाले अंत में साकार सगुण परमेश्वर की in the final 2 years, and this is when he wrote that yada tada yatha tatha tathaiva Krishna satkatha, जहाँ देखो तहाँ, यदा तथा is now and later, अभी तभी जब देखो तब, जहाँ देखो तहाँ, यदा तदा यथा तथा, जैसे बने वैसे, यथा तथा is however you can, तथैव कृष्ण सत्कथा, भगवान कृष्ण की सत्कथा करनी चाहिए। This is where Shankaracharya is speaking. There has not been a more superior knowledge about knower of Vedas until now, in 900 years since he spoke. He's 32 years old, before 32 years old. His conclusion after drinking from the ocean of knowledge, from the sip of his hand, ऐसे हाथ समुद्र को हाथ से पी जाए कोई, ऐसे सारे वेद को पी गए इतनी कम उम्र में। और उनका अंतिम निर्णय क्या हुआ? What was his conclusion? There is nothing like this. And so अगर समय कम हो, if you want to do something worthwhile, ऐसे ही परीक्षित राजा ने भी प्रश्न किया था। भागवत यहाँ पर है अभी, भागवत की पूजा है ना, इसको मानने के लिए 7 दिन बाकी हो। Maybe I should speak in English. So for someone who has 7 days left before leaving the body, what should be done? Shukdev Muni says the same thing. But yeah, there is only one thing that you can do in such a short period of time. If you really want to get the job done, then you do have to engage in devotional service. And the best of the best, the King of the Kings, the Lord Almighty, the Supreme, above all, Krishna. Right? So this is particularly significant because the one who wrote this, the Krishna Krupa Kataksha jo abhi humne padha, he was not a Sagun Sakar, he was not a devotee. He was a jnani. He believed in Jnana, Advaita Vedanta. But nonetheless, he was brought to that conclusion in the end. So, Dine Dine Navam Navam Namami Megha Sundaram. This is a very famous line from it, which suggests that this is so endless. The sweetness of the glory, the nectar of it is so endless that no matter how many times you hear this, no matter how many stories you keep on telling, no matter how much you keep on singing His glories, it never fades in glory. You eternally sweet, right? You always find new and new joy in it. Dine Dine, every single day, Navam Navam. Every day, Nitya Navin Ras. And then just say, if you guys go see a football game, Redskins starting, it was good, bad, maybe, however, and you see another football game, and then another football game. And then those who studied economics, right, the law of marginal utility will tell you that it starts to be boring after a while. You can't do that again. You can just keep seeing football games every day. You eat something that you like, some ice cream or whatever. How much are you going to eat? After a while, you start to lose taste of it. So it fades in glory. But this, however, and Dine Dine Navam Navam, it never fades in glory. In fact, the more you relish it, the more you take it in, the more you want, the more you like it. So that's the spirit behind Dine Dine Navam Navam Namami Megha Sundaram. The beauty of Krishna is such, not just His physical beauty. Of course, physical beauty was such, but the beauty of His name and His fame and His qualities and His Leela, His Katha, all things Krishna. The beauty is so glorious. Thank you. It's such that it will never fade. It will continue to grow. So therefore, it is very important today. If we're celebrating His birthday, then we should understand a little bit about the birthday boy. It's not just our God, and He came, He was born like we were born, and therefore happy birthday to you, Krishna. Now he came and then he lived and then he's gone. It's not like that, right? He is present still. It's he's never born, actually, right? Because he was never born, because he never was not. Now, how can someone be born who always was, right? Someone who Anadir, in Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji, the creator, the greatest engineer. Brahma is the engineer, right? The architect and the engineer who created the universe. The cosmos has a structure, has a framework, has been created, has been engineered. There is an intelligent design behind it. So the creator, whoever it is, we call it Brahma. Hindus call it Brahma. No controversy, you can give it any name. So the creator, when the first thing that he wrote, as he understood it, it's called Brahma Samhita, right? And it has 100 chapters. It's a pretty long grantha. And in the first chapter, the first slok, he says, Krishnam Vande Gunatitam, Govindam Ekaksharam, Avyaktam Vyayam Vyaktam, Sarva Karana Karanam. He says, after I meditated, after I contemplated, after I focused on who am I, Brahma's first question was, who am I? And that question is eternally going. We're still struggling to find out who am I, right? His question, though, was answered. Brahma's question, who am I? Where have I come from? What is my purpose? Have you guys ever thought of that? It couldn't be just use this bag of flesh and bones and blood, and you were born somewhere, you got to do something, drive, this, that, and then all of a sudden you're dead and then you're gone. The story has ended. It couldn't be. You have sharp intellect, right? You're intelligent. You should think about it. There's a lot more than that. You've got to figure out who you are. You have to figure out who you are. It could not be just that I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a Hindu or not, I'm a Sikh or a brown person color or what have you. There has to be a lot more than that, because at the time of death, everything ends. What after that? Where did I come from? Where am I going? So luckily Brahma's questions were answered about who he is. And as he meditated on that, he captured that, his learning, his conclusion, and in this he wrote a big volume called Brahma Samhita. This is Brahma's knowledge. In one of the chapters, the shlok that I just said is in the 5th chapter, it's the first shlok, it has 100 chapters. It says that now I know that Krishnam Vande Gunatitam, Gunatim, he's beyond, Atit is beyond, right? Gunom ke Atit hai. Beyond the modes of nature, beyond the modes of goodness and passion and negative, beyond the forces of nature. Let's simplify that. There is someone, there is something, some power. You can call it a man or a woman, call it Krishna. I call him Krishna. You can call him anything you'd like, right? If the truth is the final, if the truth is the same, if it's one, whatever final truth, then it has to be the same. You can give it any name. If there is something greater than that, then that is the final truth, right? If something that is more final than that, then that is the greater truth. So whatever, whomever is the final truth, that is beyond, has to be beyond the forces of nature. So Gunatit is beyond the forces of nature. Whatever happens in the cosmos, not just on this planet, not just in this solar system, not just in this galaxy, not just in the Milky Way galaxy, in the entire universe, in the entire creation, not just right now, anything that was created in the past, anything that may be created in the future. So not just here, not just now, any time, any place, right, beyond time, place, and causation. Not just something that is caused by man or woman or some alien, beyond anything that's caused by whatever that greatest force is, beyond the force of nature. Krishnam Vande Gunatitam Govindam Ekaksharam. He is known by Govinda. It has two primary meanings. The word Govind, Papaji and I were talking before that, it comes in Granth Sahib, Sukhmani Sahib, right, all over the place. This name is all over the place. If you follow Buddhism, if you read Jainism, if you obviously Sikh mein to hai hi hai. Anything that has rooted from Hinduism, all three, Sikh, right, Buddha, Jain, all three are essentially, predominantly, primarily, 100% authentically, originally rooted in Hinduism. Buddha was a Hindu, Mahavir was Hindu, and Guru Nanak was Hindu. Right, agree? So, Govind, the word comes in all of those scriptures also. And it primarily has two meanings. One, who is the controller of senses, Indriya, and the senses, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. You see with your eyes, you feel with the sense of touch with your skin, you taste with your tongue, you hear with your ears, and you smell with your nose. Right? So whoever is the controller of all of those, somebody is governing it. Like, how does this eyeball suddenly how is it able to see? How is my nostril able to smell? How does the taste buds, how many are there? 50 million taste buds on your tongue. How are they able to taste? What's going on? Who is it? Who designed it? Who created it? Who is sensing it? Who is it? Whatever the taste is, whatever the sight is, whatever the smell is, who is it inside within who's taking it all in, making some sense out of it? Right? So that is Govind, the controller, the master, the ruler of those all. That's Govind. And then the other is, of course, also the king of cows, the friend of cows, the merciful. Why cows? Because cows always only give. Cows are like mothers. Your mothers only give, and give. You know that, right? You agree with it, right? Yeah. So mothers only give, and give. Cows are like that also. Mother Earth is like that also, right? Earth only knows how to give. Earth never takes it, no matter how you treat her. No matter what you do with the earth, on the earth, to the earth, it still tolerates, it still endures, still puts up, and so gives you the crop, gives you whatever you seek from it. Like the mother, and so is the cow also. So he's the protector of those. He's the protector of Mother Earth. He's the protector of mothers, and he's the protector of cows also. He's the protector of anyone who primarily gives, not takes. And not just the cows, not just the mothers. If your thinking is first to give, if you're about creating value, if you're about generating value for others, if you are selfless, not selfish, then you got a protector behind you. Anath nahi hai, na sanath hai. Then we have a protector, guardian. If you're primary, again, you follow this, right? If you're not about taking, me, what's in it for me, if you're not about the victim, then you have nothing to worry about, because there is going to be someone who will cover your back. And that force, that goodness, that power, that final one, that almighty is Govind. So Krishnam Vande Gunatitam Govindam Ekaksharam. Ek Omkar. Right? Ekakshar. Omkar, Akar, Ukar, Makar. A, U, Ma. Anahadnad jise kehte. Right? Anahadnad, Omkar. It's a frictionless sound. Frictionless. Why? What does anahad mean? There's two things. Again, there's no friction. When you say Om, there's no friction in your tongue. It does not, nothing is to rub. The sound generates itself. Now, you can study this. There are studies that have been done, the cosmic sound. When you collect all the sound vibrations in the cosmos, it generates the sound of Om. When you chant Om, you don't have to open your mouth, you don't have to move your tongue or any of it. It generates, it already exists. So, Ekaksharam, in it is Akar, Brahma, the creator, Ukar, Vishnu. Vishnu is Sarva Vyapak, all-pervading. Anu mein jo vyapt hai, wo Vishnu. Every atom, that so many people learning science, chemistry, remember high school chemistry, or you guys, everything is made of atoms. Every atom has a nucleus, right? Every nucleus, now there are subatomic particles also, that's pulsating. And they're all the same. Do you remember that? All atoms, all nucleus, the subatomic particles are identical. There's no difference. The only difference is what? How they are arranged. The patterns are the only difference. But the substance is the same. And so it is in all of us, guys. The substance is the same. There is only one. There are not many. We're not different. There is no difference. In fact, the pattern of a woman or a man or long hair or short hair or old man, the patterns can be multifarious, endless, unlimited, infinite patterns. But the substance is the same at the core of it. And that's designated as Vishnu. And then as a destroyer. So not in the sense of a destroyer, not destructing, but the controller. Shivji is considered as a controller. Every big corporation has a controller, right? Bharathan had a controller. Every corporation has a controller. Because you want to be able to harness the power in a meaningful way. You don't want it to grow like crazy in places that you don't want it to. When you have weeds growing, you have a controller. You have your lawnmower when the lawn is growing. There's a controller. Your father, your mother, there is controller everywhere. So, Akar, Ukar, Makar, A, U, Ma. The three of them combined, the single same force that creates, that sustains, right? Millennia after millennia, this thing is going on, right? And someone who is also controlling when the time comes, pulling back, holding up. That is Omkar. And in very short, obviously no one could describe Omkar. I certainly could not, the meaning of it, but to be efficient here in terms of time. So Krishnam Vande Gunatitam Govindam Ekaksharam. Ekakshar is that Omkar. Anadiradir Govinda. Anadi is the very first one, the very first created. Anadiradi is before that, before the one who was created as the first one. Brahma, whoever was the created being, I don't know, whoever was. I think it was Brahma, I've heard it, I believe it. Whoever you want to be firstborn, name it. But before that, people say, Christians say, or science says, oh, the universe was created 5 billion years ago. You heard of that, right? Started 5 billion years ago. There's a simple question you would ask me, what was there before then? Just a very simple question. Or the universe is in the shape of a soccer ball, someone said. It must be a soccer fan, but they said it has like this much boundary. A simple question might be, what is beyond that? How can you control time or space? Whenever it started, whenever time started, something had to exist before then, and whenever time will end, something would have to be after it, right? So, whatever was created, Anadir, Adir Govinda. He was the one before, which means that he must have been the creator, the ultimate creator. Anadir, Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Another way of saying it is also in the Brahma Samhita is Avyaktam Vyam Vyaktam. Avyaktam is unmanifest, but also manifest. Someone who is, so before you were born, before any of you were born, where were you? Did you not exist? It's like just something, suddenly some flash happened, something happened, you just came from somewhere. You would have had to exist. If you're existing now, you would have had to exist somewhere, in some form, somehow. So, but you were in an unmanifest form, right? Before, when you dream, right, everybody has dreamt here. Where do the dream characters come from? Before the dream starts at 2 a.m. in the night, where were all the dream characters? Because they show up suddenly at 2:30. Where were they before? After the dream ends at 3 o'clock in the morning, where did they go? They were so real. They were there. They must have come from somewhere. They must have gone somewhere, right? I bet you they were in the dreamer. They came from the dreamer. They went into the dreamer. They didn't even exist. Only the dreamer existed. I'll bet you that if you think about it. Dreamer, in the dreamer's dream, became the dream characters. Started it. And then also ended in the dream character, right? So dreamer alone existed. And so it is that the dreamer here, the most beautiful one, the most powerful one, the most loving one, the most controlling one, controlling in the sense of the one who is in control, the most merciful, the most forgiving, the greatest of the great, the loveliest of the lovely. Surudam Sarvabhutanam, Krishna says in the Gita, that I'm the well-wisher of all. There can be no greater well-wisher. There's nothing other than good well-being that I wish for everyone, all created beings. So unmanifest, avyaktam vyayam vyaktam. Unmanifest bhi hai, manifest bhi hai. If God is God, I have a question, then how can he only be unmanifest? How can he be, kehte ki nirakar hi hai? Akhir people insist that God cannot be in the form of Krishna. Because if he came as a man, then it cannot be God. Or some others insist that no, God is only formful. God cannot be formless, or God cannot be formful. And my question is, God is God. Why can't he be formless? Why can he only be formful? Right? Then what kind of God is that? He's not the final God. There has to be a greater God still who can be formful and formless. If God is God, how can he only be formful? If he cannot dissolve his form and become formless. So if God is God, why can he not be formful with form, formless without form at the same time? And yes, God can be. With form and without form at the same time. And that's the idea behind avyaktam vyayam vyaktam. Vyaya is degrading, lessening, reducing in value. Avyaya. Avyaktam avyayam vyaktam. Never degrading, never deforming, never distorting, never diseased, never lessening, never reducing, never devalued, always constant glory at the same peak level, right, from the very first moment. Avyaktam vyam vyaktam sarva karana karanam. And this is the final piece of that one shlok, which is in one of the chapters in 100 chapters. So this is a tiny drop pulled out from that whole thing, right? Sarva karana karanam is the cause of all causes. What does that mean? When you do something or something that happens scientifically or non-scientifically, if you ask yourself why, right? Everybody's heard the question why. When a child is born, growing, terrible twos, toddlers, 3-year, 4-year, parents are sick of the one question, which is what? Why? Right? Kids remember why? It's usually like tired of explaining why. Because it's born. It's born with that curiosity. It's born with that eternal search. Why is this? Why does it work this way? Why does it not work that way? Why do we do it this way? Why do we have to do that? Why should I do this? Why should I sit down here? Why should I come here? Why should I answer the question? Why should I have to clap? Why should I sing? Why? Right? So this is an ever-haunting, never-answered question, why? But there is a final answer for all the whys. Because the laws of nature, when I throw an apple, Newton threw an apple, it's not even throw an apple, but the apple fell on his head, right? Law of gravity, everyone heard? Why does it have to fall down? I'm asking you guys. If I throw something up in the air, why can it not stay there? Why does it have to fall down? When I take my hand near a flame, why does it have to feel hot? I'm not asking you what happens or how it happens. Science will explain that. Well, there's gravity, the mass, the body, the bigger the body, Newton's law, this, that, all that, right? I know that. I'm not asking you what happens. I'm not even asking you how it happens. I'm asking you why. When I throw an apple up there, why does it not keep going up and up and up and never stops? Right? When I put my hand on a flame, why don't I feel cool instead of hot? No one has ever, until now, been able to answer the real why. People have answered all the whats and all the hows, but not a single why. I challenge you with it. I guarantee you it. You will not find an answer to any of the whys, the basic fundamental whys. And so the why is the source of all the whys. Sarva karana karanam, the whys of the answer of all the whys, the cause of all causes. So that's one aspect, one way to describe Krishna. There's obviously others. This is phenomenal. And maybe some other time, like we can translate this in Hindi. The Krishna Krupa Kataksha Stotra jo apne padha abhi Shankaracharya ji ka. Filled with love, filled with ripley. It's mind-blowingly beautiful. You will save that for some other time. So one other thing that the bhajan that Madhvi sang in Sanskrit in the beginning, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama Vala Jata. So Vrindavana Chandram Ananda Kandam Sundara Gopalam. That is it has a reference in the Bhagavad. When all the Brahmins are doing yajna and worshipping the Yajnapati, but they are disregarding her. They're not aware that the final one has actually descended in and around us, right in Mathura, right in Vrindavan area. And he's passing by. There's a beautiful story associated with it. He's hungry. He sends his cowherd friends. It looks like there's some big event. I wouldn't call it a party, but a big event because there's so much food. We can smell it and all that. So many people have gathered and we're hungry. Can you go, if you don't mind, borrow some food? Can you just tell them that we're friends of Krishna, we're hungry, we're cowherding and all that. So they go there and the Brahmins say, no, who are you guys? Get lost. Like, go pound sand, as you'd say, right? This isn't for you. This is for God. They say, and so they send them back. They go 2 or 3 times and just till every time come back empty-handed. This time Krishna says, actually go to the mothers. Don't go to those arrogant Brahmins. Go to their wives. They're mothers. It doesn't matter. They have a mother's heart. A mother knows how to give. A mother knows when the child is hungry. A mother knows how to break all rules for the child's sake. Mother will. Mother does. I don't care. Yajna, God, my child is hungry. I'm going to feed him, right? No matter what. This is the truth. And so that was a clever idea. So they instead went to the mothers. And sure enough, they said, oh, bichare, beta, aajao, beto khao. Laddu mile, pede mile, sab kuch mil gaya. Then the Brahmins were astonished, like they were angry. What did you do? Like this was meant for God. Long story short, in the end, the Brahmins realized that, oh my God, the one whoever we were worshipping, the formless one, here, right here, such that beautiful boy in the form. And then they, so the description that goes on around is very beautifully captured in that Sanskrit bhajan that she sung. What I will do, I happen to have, Madhvi does not read Hindi, she grew up here, and so for her benefit, I translated that in English, so maybe I don't mind reading it to you all. Again, this is the bhajan that she had sung in the beginning. And I'm erring on the side of physical descriptions and more Krishna because this is his birthday, right? You can leave aside some of the Gyan aspect, the Gita aspect for some other time. Maybe we can touch on it briefly, but mostly really talking about him. So the poem goes as like this. To Sri Krishna I submit, to Sri Krishna I give in, to Sri Krishna I surrender. Sri Krishna Sharanamama, Sri Krishna Sharanamama, Sri Krishna Sharanamama, right? Sundar Gopalam, Uravanamalam, Nayanan Vishalam. That Krishna, the beautiful cowherd boy, wearing a string of wildflowers, blooming with joy. Big, shapely eyes that wipe away all pain. The star of Vrindavan, his charm drives all insane. Earth holder, the dark upholder, beholder of all accomplished, all indwelling, beloved, lover of all. Praise the lad of Nanda, source of supreme joy, the Almighty, the final one, yes, that dark little boy. To Sri Krishna I submit, to Sri Krishna I give in, to Sri Krishna I surrender. Lovely curly locks, perfectly tucked crown, always dressed up, Cupid defeater, such handsome brown. Burden destroyer, wielder of bow, none his superior. Maya's ruler, Brahma's father, yet Balram's sibling inferior. Guardian of angels, sweetheart of Raj, his gait so maddening. All's well-wisher, ever favorable, his thoughts so gladdening. Praise the lad of Nanda, source of supreme joy, the Almighty, the final one, yes, that youthful, pretty boy. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. So, badi sundar kavya rachana. It's very beautifully captured the whole spectrum of Krishna. This is one form of God in which you find everything, all the paradoxes, all the conflicts, all the controversies, all the positive and the negative, all the charges and everything in between, the entire spectrum, all inclusive, and essentially. Nobody, no child left behind. No one is excluded. Everyone, everything, everybody has a place in this, in dipping in this joy. How much time do we have? A few more minutes? Yeah. Okay, but feel free to stop me when everyone's hungry. Yes. The other thing I wanted to mention was you also read Radha Krupakataksha, a wonderful rachana. I take it this is Kripalu Maharajji? I think, right? Yeah. So, speaking of Radha, Sanjeev, when I came here for the Jhulan festival, you had such a beautiful program last time. Something that I would have shared in the summary form, I'll share with you. So Jhulan, you see Radha and Krishna Jhul, oscillating, going up and down. There's obviously the physical beauty associated with it, and उसका physical significance तो है ही, लेकिन उसका आध्यात्मिक spiritual significance भी है, it's like going up and down, and yet they are always smiling. They're always together. They're smiling and they're enjoying. You don't see झूले पे stressed out है, या है ना बड़ी कल की चिंता लगी है, अथवा डर लग रहा है राधा रानी को गिर जाएंगे. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, मजे में first class बिंदास है ना. That's the thing about Krishna. When you're with him, two things happen. One, bindas ho jaya. And number two, first class. First class bindas. जो भी करेगे, जैसा भी करेगा, first class ही करेगे. Like I say, you don't do then, you किसी के बाल भी काटोगी, तो second class, third class नहीं काटोगी. जैसे कैसे काटोगी ना? Always first class. Anything, everything, whatever you do, not second class, never third class. Always, only first class. But उसके बाद तुरंत बिंदास हो जाए. Whatever, right? That's when you're able to. And so you see that in that Jhulan oscillation also. And there is a spiritual significance behind it, a secret behind it also. Radharani is none other than his own innermost Shakti, right? Allahadini Shakti. So there's a big, deep philosophy. You all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Achinta Bheda Bhed, one of the profoundest, one of the deepest, profoundest, the most sensible philosophy behind it. Achintya Bheda Bhed. Achintya is inconceivable. Normally we're not able to understand it. It's not obvious. Achintya would be not obvious. Bhed or abhed. Identity and difference. Same bhi hai or alag bhi hai. How can that be at the same time? Two people can be same, but two people can also be different. You know? So again, we will not go into the details of the intricate details of that philosophy. But essentially, Radha Rani is Krishna has, God has, give it any name, by the way. You know, I call him Krishna does not mean that you have to call him Krishna. It doesn't bother Krishna if you call him Mata. It doesn't bother Krishna if you call him Baba. It does not at all bother Krishna if you call him whatever else, Guru, right? However, that's because he says, he boldly declares, I am all. All are in me and I am in all. Therefore, there is no distinction. There is no difference. There are not two. Right? There is only one that exists. So, one is his outer manifestation. बाहर की जो शक्ति है, बहिरंगा शक्ति कहते हैं उसे. एक बहिरंगा शक्ति है और दूसरी अंतरंगा शक्ति है. One is external, the other is internal. And there is a third one, which is tatastha shakti. Which is the neutral, sort of one foot in, one foot out, jaise. And this is phenomenal. Some other day, somewhere else, when we get to this is mind-blowing stuff, nothing less than that. This has the potential, this is the power to really liberate, really release, really answer all the questions, really give you the flash that we've been waiting for, like aha, or the aha moment can come through this, that it all makes sense. I get it finally. This has that. Not today, right? Because it takes a little while. But I am trying to really give a crash course of sorts very quickly. Just like any person sitting here, anyone here, including me or you, has those three things. Like you have some energies that manifest outside. Like right now I'm talking, I'm projecting outside, right? And I'm also thinking at the same time. There's the thought before the speech, right? Manasa, vacha, karmana. First the thought, then the speech, then the action, the kriya. That's how it starts. That's how the series is. So with the thought you're not able to see or hear or feel or understand. That why? Because that's my antaranga shakti. Because uske vichar, nobody knows what someone is thinking. Why? Because it's hidden. Those are their inner thoughts. You know your thoughts. I don't know your thoughts. And you don't know my thoughts. Because you have your inner strength, your inner power, your inner potency. I have mine. All of us have, like that, many different external, we're able to pick something up. I can pick this thing up. How? Because I have external muscle strength or gravity or anti-gravity or give it any name. You get the point, right? All of us, every one of us has the external and the internal and something that's in between. Also tatastha. Tatastha Shakti. Tata is a bank of a river or shore, seashore. जब तट पे खड़ा है कहते हैं हिंदी में, तट पे न इधर है न उधर है, पानी में भी नहीं है और मिट्टी में भी नहीं है ना, कीचड़ होता है ना, थोड़ा सा कीचड़ होता है, थोड़ा मडी होता है, the seashore is wet, the beach is wet, that's why you can see your footprints, but they don't last for long. But yet you see your footprint. If you were standing on a dry piece of land, you will not see your footprints. When you stand on a wet piece of land or a seashore, you see your footprints. But they don't stay forever either, right? So that is tat. The feeling behind tat is that the seashore or the river bank, which is neither fully in the river nor fully on dry land. You cannot say that this is dry land and you cannot say that this is river because it's wet, but it's also land. Mitti bhi hai na? So Bahiranga Shakti, his outer, just by his mere presence. If someone is offended, if I'm calling him, I don't mind calling him her either, right? If you prefer that God to be feminine, we can easily go with that because he was that too. God's a woman also, definitely. God's everything. So, Bahiranga Shakti hui, Antaranga Shakti or Tatastha Shakti. So, Bahiranga Shakti is the entire cosmic manifestation. Whatever is the external stimuli, जो भी बाहर से अनुभव में आ सकता है. तो 7वां अध्याय भगवद गीता में ज्ञान, विज्ञान, योग. Jnana is the science, and Vigyan is the technology, literal translations, right, from Sanskrit thousands of years ago. The science and the technology of yoga. Science by itself is of no use. Of no use. It is only when science is used, applied to create technology is when it becomes useful, right? And so it is with yoga also, which is becoming uniting with God. And so in it, God declares that Ashtada Prakriti kaha hai. Bhumirabo analo vayu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankar iti amme bhinna prakriti ashtada. This is in the 7th chapter in the beginning. So Bhumi is earth, solid. Bhumi means solidity. Aap is liquidity, fluidity. हम कहते हैं ना पृथ्वी, जल, वायु, आकाश, तेज. Anal is energy, heat energy, enthalpy, we would say in chemistry. Vayu is wind or ether or this any carrier, and kham is akash, space, empty space. So bhumi, rapo, analo, vayu, kham. ये पांच हो गए. भूमि, आप, अनल, वायु, खम, मन, buddhi, and ahankar, right? Ashtada, ashta is 8. These are my 8-fold external. माता के 8 हाथ होते हैं ना, माता का जागरण करते अष्टभुजा कहते हैं. इसके 8 हाथों से it's hard to use. उसकी prowess, her might, her power is because she's like completely in control. She's got the earth bender है, water bender है, avatar है, जो भी super powers है. She's like all 8 benders, dude, like deal with that, right? All 8, someone who is able to handle all 8 of those controlling. So bhumi, rapo, analo, vayu, kham, mano, buddhi, revacha. ये मेरी अष्टदा प्रकृति अपरा है. This is my external. And then इसके अतिरिक्त मेरी अपरा प्रकृति. I will not go too much into Sanskrit, not to bore you. येदम धारे जगत जीव भूत महाबाहो. समय हो गया? Okay. So 2 minutes?
Few minutes.
Yep. Okay. And so within that internal potency, there are 9 different ones. And he said the innermost, the core of my innermost potency is Alhadini Shakti, the pleasure potency, because of which we feel ananda, that which gives joy to anyone at any time about anything. Like his heart, Krishna's heart, that's Radha. And so when you're always with God, right, Radha is always with God, there's no worries. There's nothing, no stress, no tension, no worries. That is the best way to say it. And therefore on the Jhulan, you always see them smiling and enjoying because the energetic and the energy are always together. Shaktimat or Shaktiman. Shakti or Shaktiman hamesha sadaiv hai. Krishna or Radha hamesha sadaiv hai. उसी प्रकार जीव हम परमात्मा अलग नहीं. जैसे पानी समुद्र में है, तरंग दिखती है, पानी समुद्र में है, समुद्र पानी में है ना. स्वप्न दृष्टा स्वप्न में है, स्वप्न पात्र में, और स्वप्न पात्र में स्वप्न दृष्टा है. ऐसे ही. We will stop here. So Jai Shri Krishna.